Hello everyone. In today's video I was going to be continuing my Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. In the last episode we defeated the Queen Gibdo mini-boss, but now it ran away into the dungeon. Now we needed to go explore. Here I have a Corkfrond Guster, which will allow me to unearth these piles of sand, which we're looking for a button, which is pretty obvious that it'd be right here. I just wanted to see if the other one had anything. Alright. Now we can advance. Alright. Now we're going to be entering. I wonder if a big bullet is going to roll at me. I'm just kidding. Here, if you want to, you could shield surf down. Which probably wasn't a good idea, because my shield broke. At least I didn't go flying. This bridge looks super like if it's about to break, but as long as you can't ultra hand it, that's all that matters. So you can kind of use this to see where you're going. To add the effect down here, they added some Gibdo bones and stuff and key swings, which I'm using to my advantage. I'm just looking down here for any freebies. Something else. Oh, it's one of those Gibdo enemies. It's probably like one of the creepiest dungeons in the game. Although I'm going to ignore that enemy right there. Ooh, a large Zonai charge. I'm glad I came down here. Every scary dungeon in a video game's makes you feel a lot safer when you get good items, such as a large Zonai charge. Or like in Minecraft when you find diamonds. This enemy looks like his head's stuck inside of the pot. It's kind of funny. And get the arrow from him. Anything in here? Ooh, this sword's really good. However, I have a lot of good weapons. This one's more of just like, even though this is a rusty sword, it has durability up and it's kind of rare and kind of cool in a way. So I'll just leave it. Most of the enemies I just run past to avoid fighting. Here, however, this is something if we step on it, it'll end up falling through the floor. As you can see right now. I'm pretty sure there's like a chest or something down there. Here it's kind of a timing thing, which actually now I can use these to my advantage to destroy these Gibdo enemies. I just have to be careful. If you look at them closely, they're actually those flame emitters, but a different variant. Wait for the fire and then run through. If you have the Flamebreaker armor set from the Goron City, you can actually just avoid those altogether. The path opened and now she can follow us. The cool thing about this game is that... Okay. She literally just jumped out from the ceiling right now. They just do that when they get too far from the player, but if she could have done that the whole time, feels like undoing the fires was unnecessary. Here are giant rolling tumbleweeds, which we're just going to use the rewind on. And same thing, we're going to look for the switch over here. That was a close one. Now I'm going to activate this. Alright, now onto the next door. Take this guy's arrows, and they put torches here in case the player needs them. Now here's one of these spawners. Oh, it looks like one. Oh wait, no, it is one. It just didn't activate yet. We're just going to be going through here. These enemies can be entirely skipped if you just run past them. Here I believe there's like a enemy. I was going to say what happened to my shield, but I just remembered that I broke it. The shield here, this golden one, can actually be saved for later game. I had this huge side quest where I went around looking for one because I needed to repair the Scimitar of the Seven, one of the best weapons in the game. However, I didn't know where it was. However, I do know where to get these renewable, so I'll just use this one for now. This enemy isn't too hard to fight. You can even pair him up with Ridge's Lightning, which actually does a lot of damage, as y'all saw right now. Typically I always end up forgetting, and then I never use her ability. Strong Zonite Sword only does 7 damage. here, we need to reflect a mirror, which is actually one right here, conveniently. We just need to aim it at this one right here. Alright, we got the door open. If you want to here, you can make yourself a classic mirror shield from older Zelda games. Of course, it doesn't look exactly like the old one, but it's still something. If I'm correct, next room we're going to is the main room for the dungeon. Alright, here it is. This is where we'll be teleported to. If we left the dungeon and then came back, we'd be teleported to this room after we activate this. But as usual, there's more cutscene stuff that I'll be skipping. Well, the access has been denied, and we need to activate 4 batteries. As you can see, yes, that is 7 floors. Technically 8 if you count the bottom. Alright. The first one's really easy, and this is actually the last one I got on my main account when I did this the first time and I didn't realize that this is an option. You just gotta come into here. A cool little detail you'll see in here is that there are camels on the wall, as you can see right here. I really need to unlock the camera rune, as I don't have it and I'm trying to use it to zoom in, but otherwise it'll be really close like this. Wherever you go, I need to use her lightning ability. There we go. We're just going to be doing this for all 4 of them. Unfortunately, the arrows you fire with her lightning ability cannot be recovered. Alright, here we're going to move this brick out of the way. Now that the brick's been moved, we can go up and down as we please. There's another construct, which I'm going to defeat really quick. You don't need any gear inside of the temple, so you can actually switch to stronger armor, which I'm actually going to do that. He has the same bow I had. I think he's trying to copy me. I think we need to go higher. Oh, here we go. We need to unearth this. It's been a while since I've done this dungeon, not gonna lie. Okay, if y'all saw over here, which I'm actually pretty sure we were right here fighting the construct, which we were. Here we go into the room of natural light. We're gonna need one of these mirrors, and we're gonna need to elevate it. So just do that, and we're aiming it at the statue outside of here, which I'll enforce it by gluing it to it, which is going to make it go through here. You can actually make it shine even more if you use your shield, or you can make it shine back. They're constantly lighting each other up. Alright, now we're going to move this statue over here. We're basically going to be positioning all these statues into the right direction. Here we go. Now we're going to head down here ourselves to where the light was pointing. And now we're going to continue. Here's probably going to be the hardest room in the dungeon. Where did you go? I don't see her. There we go. Need her to destroy this thing as soon as the lightning gets in range. Now it's a battle between both these enemies. It's not too hard. Get these guys. Just a matter of defeating them. Y'all will see why this is the hardest room in the dungeon. Now we gotta, if y'all see those little lights up there, we need to get a light source to go all the way up there. I'm just looking around for any extra loot. We need to glue this balloon to here. If I'm correct, the pots here can be utilized. We can get I guess I could use this cork frond at Guster as a quick torch. We're gonna need a light source or something. So here we go, found a mirror. Bring it over here. And we're gonna attach it to the front of this thing. Just like that. Which I think it's angled correctly. Now we're gonna blow it up into here. I think we need a bit more of a torch. Which luckily they put one right here for us. Trying to catch my first torch on fire. Oh. If the second weapon catches on fire, it'll burn out eventually, like what's going on right now. Here we go. You want to get it like this, or just not use a double torch. But now we're just going to carry this up. The room in there is where we need to go, but we need to unlock it first. You don't want to use a flame emitter for this part, otherwise it'll go too fast. Alright, we got it. I think I just realized something. Hold up. If you see this, hold up, I'll show y'all right now. There's some of these on the side. Right here, this little mask thing. If I'm correct, I think it resembles the camel in Breath of the Wild, the dungeon that the player does for the Gerudo region. Alright, now, we're going to activate the next one. Now we have 2 more to go. We just need to head back out here and then go on that updraft again. Now we're just going to fly on over to the first floor and head into here, which has more enemies for us. You'll want to get out of the ranged one as soon as possible. The other one's easy. If you can't get past the shield, well, that works, having the champions fight them for you. But also if you get a big 2-handed weapon, it'll also work. Actually, I'm going to toss out this weapon and I'm going to do some crafting here. I'm going to pick up his weapon and then turn it into a sword. Here we're going to have to get in too, but we need to go high up. I'm actually pretty sure the player can't do anything in this room until, yeah, we can't do anything in here yet. This is like the fire dungeon where they kind of taunt you by putting it in an out of reach place. We need to keep going higher. We just need to keep going up. Here is another one of these statues which we need to angle properly. Looking for the updraft, and I found it. Now here we can get rid of this statue. We're just going to move it onto the side, which is going to point towards that back wall over there. Which now we're going to angle this statue over there. And y'all probably can guess what we're doing with this statue. Moving it over here to get the one all the way up there. Alright, the next one's been activated. Which now we're going to fly up. They won't let you fly up any further. However, you can ascend. Which we're allowed to climb the walls in this dungeon. I'm pretty sure if we ascend here, I just want to test this out really quick. we actually glitched ourselves into the final boss's arena. I'm not sure what happens if you exit. Although, if I try it right now, I'd have to go through the roof. Which actually, I don't see any holes in the roof. I think it's after you defeat this boss fight that there's a hole in the roof here. It would have allowed you to escape. But I don't want to try anything because then I'll have to teleport back to the start and do all this over again. We're just going to hop back down and activate the switch. If y'all remember, Nintendo taunting us earlier by putting that one thing out of reach, now we can actually go into there with a good old-fashioned skydive session. If you're wondering where Ridgew's going to come, well, actually you can open this door here. Where'd you go? Oh, there we go. Now we're going to activate this one. We have one more of these to get. I actually thought this was lava right now until I realized it was another torch. I'm not going to climb the stairs again because all I need to do is go up this way. I'm just kind of looking at the path. We need to unlock that one down there. I think I have an idea on how to unlock it. We're going to need to move this statue out of the way. Pull it away. And I believe we can use a mirror shield if we carry it to unlock this one. Oh wait, hold up. Actually, I think I know what we need to do here. I think we gotta go back. Yeah, here we go. I forgot about this section. We need to go up into the secret room right here, which y'all can see by the staircase. There's this flux construct here. Be careful with the flamethrower spear. Which we're going to be going into this giant wheel thing. We're going to rewind one of them, just one, so we can align them up perfectly. Just like that. Now they'll keep moving. Now we just got to remove the giant bricks that are in the way. Now we're just waiting. Which it should be able to activate the next thing for us. This statue moved, now we can get the next one. As soon as the wheel turns back around. I'm just going to start heading over there. We're just waiting for the light to come through. Here we go. Here's the next and final room we need to go to. Here is the one trapped room, pretty much. We're just going to wedge one of these in between these. Now they can't crush us completely. If we activate this, it'll disarm the trap. We need to activate this one. However, there's this big trap here. What we need to do is create a T shape with these. Just like this. And as soon as it goes back up again, wedge this in here. Fight the constructs. There are actually more than one. If you hit them 4 times with your small sword, it can disable their shield. I think it's like 5 or 6 times with a spear, and it's only once with a 2-handed weapon, because it'll bat the shield out of the enemy's way. Here we need to unearth this sand, which actually I don't have any cork leaf. Blowing things away with the corked wind doesn't actually take damage to the weapon, so therefore I'm going to add it to my special rusty sword that I found here. Which now we're just going to put this right here. We need to get in through the floor, which there's a hole over here. Pretty sure there might have been another enemy down here, although I wasn't that sure. No, there's nothing down here. We have to activate that. We might be able to just do it with the mirror shield. Although Link, here we go. Yeah, we can't do it with this. what you mainly need to do is grab one of these stakes and wedge it in there. There we go, just like that. Now we can try it. Or better yet, just use this, because Link moves around a little too much. Here we go. Now that revealed the area above us. We need to move this just slightly out of the way so that we can activate the next one. The next one's been activated, which this is the final battery before we do the boss fight. Alright, now we need to head to the actual boss fight room, which is actually the easy part. We're just gonna go down this hallway and then jump down. I actually just realized that she spawned in down here. I don't know how she got here before us. Alright, now we need to do what we did last time and shoot this thing for a rematch. You can't shoot these ones in advance, you'll just have to wait till the boss gets on its second phase. If y'all look above these, there's some light, which if you destroy these Gibdo hives, the Gibdos, if they go into the light, they'll die. So you can use that to your advantage. The Queen Gibdo will actually be damaged by the light, however I wouldn't rely on using it for your entire battle. Let's try this again, I was too busy explaining it. Right, here goes nothing. As soon as it loads. Time for round 2 of this boss. I'd recommend being on full health for this. Alright, we got it. Oh yeah, also I cooked more meals off camera because I had a feeling I was going to need it. If you're on this part, it's going to try doing its tornado attack. Might as well stay out of the way. Which here you can sort of chase it down and attack it. I'm going to shoot it again, which that lowered its defenses. And now, off camera, while I was cooking, I made an attack up meal, which has attack up 3 for 4 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm going to equip this one, and this is going to be like the most damage we can do per second. And I'm going to do that thing where I just hold it down, which is actually raining a lot of damage on this boss. You can see how powerful the effect is. And it's already damaged. The downside to Gerudo weapons is that even though it adds double damage, it actually doesn't add a lot of durability to it. There's that charge attack I was telling you all about. I'm going to use the Goron to lower the first defense, and then get Riju ready to follow up. Got it. This fight won't go well unless you have a bow, so keep that in mind. I actually made the first phase look easy. No matter what, we have to destroy these hives, otherwise we're going to get overwhelmed by these Gibdos. There's one, which if we lure the enemies into the light, they'll slowly die, which they can't get themselves unstuck once they get in. So now we're literally just going to be activating these. Here's number 2. It's not open yet, so we need to wait, which the boss is now trying at us. As you can see, it's shooting sand at us. Keep in mind that you have a bit of extra defense when you're on full health, so try to not take damage. Well, easier said than done. But if you do end up taking damage, just restore your health as quick as possible. We're gonna get the next one once it opens up. Here we go, it's open. We just have one more, which is Gibdo's crawling at us in a real creepy way, which it'll just slowly die. Gibdos in this boss fight won't drop anything, so don't bother looking around for any Gibdo drops. As soon as this one opens, we can destroy the final Gibdos and then worry about the queen. There we go. Now that that's finished, we can worry about all the other enemies. Nice, it got into the light. Which, once they're in the light, they'll start dying off slowly. The queen's after us. Now we're going to want to use the Ridgew's ability on it. It's trying to step out of the way. Almost got it. Haha. Now we can actually get some good damage in. I'm going to throw this at it since it's almost dead. I'm going to actually throw it at this tiny one instead. I think my second best weapon would be this one. This is definitely the hardest boss fight in this game. I'm going to try to run this way. Hopefully Ridgey doesn't get caught in that attack. Haha, I got it. Now we need to finish this thing. I actually made this look incredibly easy. It's a lot harder than it looks. Although I do have a lot of practice. And it's back up again. Oh my gosh, that was like 2 hits. I guess I'll use this shield even though I said not to. That's fine. Survival's more important right now. Here we go. Now I can just finish it with the Goron. Oh, maybe not. Now back up from these tornadoes. Alright, now we're really going to finish this thing. Well, the boss has been defeated. And now we've gotten ourselves a nice another heart container. As usual, there's more cutscene stuff that I'll be skipping. Which actually got the boss defeated faster than the cooking effect last did. Which I think was like 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So I actually did really good. Now the town's been saved, and the queen now has a view of the giant temple where that giant monster lives. Although now the monster's been defeated. And now the player's allowed in the town. Finally. Looking at Ridgew. Alright. Now we have Herval, which now means we'll be heading to the Lookout Landing. The game just gave me a loading tip reminding me that you can use Tulin's Wind to blow off those sand, you know, the ones we were using the cork leaf for? If you remember those sand mounds that we were using this wind ability on, Tulin's actually works just fine. I wish I'd known that sooner before bringing one, but that's fine. There's going to be a lot more cutscene stuff. But as you all can see, pretty much all of Hyrule's united here at the Lookout Landing, which these NPCs will pretty much be here for the rest of the game. I'm going to be skipping all the cutscene stuff as usual. Alright, now the game had a panic blood moon. I'm just kidding. It's actually just a main game blood moon. They show it in the cutscene. If you played a lot of the game, maybe even too much of the game, you may get that joke. Now the player found out that Zelda's in the castle, and we're going to be going there in the next episode. You're going to bring pretty much a lot of stuff. I mean, it's going to be a super hard boss fight. When I say super hard, I mean very, very, very hard. The gloom meals, like the sunny ones, all you need to do is put 1 Sunderline in a dish, and that'll be good. We're also, basically it's going to be like a whole thing. I'm actually going to try something right now on camera. Bringing a lot of arrows and your best possible weapons will be good, because this is like harder than the last boss fight. We're just shooting ourselves out of the tower now. It puts you higher up than the castle, but I wanted to see if I can fly there from here. I'm going to be doing the Tulin pumping glitch, where you tap B and then X to put out the glider and then pull it back out again. Which looks like I'll be able to make it to the castle. What I did the first time I did this, I went to like the bottom of the castle and I made a plane and I just blew up. The plane didn't make it, however I did have the Zora armor, which the player should have it by this point in the game. That gatehouse hanging off the side, it's where we're going to be heading. Which is going to be right here. This is going to be like its own dungeon. I am going to save right here though. This is actually the first time we pull out Ridgew's ability. kind of an odd location. But there's a reason I had us go to this first gatehouse, because of the first of many traps. Oh wow, Zelda's standing in that room. Who knew that she was there the entire time? When you get in there, there's a bunch of enemies. You could do this whole quest right now, but I'd suggest bringing a lot of the sunny meals for gloom damage, and bringing your best possible weapons, which I'm going to make even better weapons, and maybe get more shields and prepare more off camera. Because this will, for sure, be the hardest part in the game. You can, however, cheese the boss fight by just shooting gems at him from a far away distance. However, the gems have huge range, and you're most likely going to get hurt yourself. But I'll kind of explain all this later on. Well anyways, that's going to finish up this video, so please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Goodbye.